I see. But Itoi-san, how do you know about the three blades?
9 years ago, in July 2014, a user would post about a strange game they found online that was gaining some buzz at the time called remember.exe. The game itself came from an enigmatic source, a website called mindshape.co.uk, a strange HTML page with a simple gray background and two hyperlinks, game and house, and a simple title labeled Lost Memory. Each link contained an individual zip file, remember.zip and lostmemory.zip. Within each zip is a simple exe file, remember.exe and lostmemory.exe. Attempting to open lostmemory.exe first does nothing, so you are forced to open remember.exe. In the thread, the original poster describes their experience playing the game, culminating in a second user sharing their experience, and how after the second user played the game, a mysterious email appeared in their inbox from lostmemory423 saying 3 days, with no explanation of how the game obtained the user's email address. This was the original experience playing the game. You spawn in a blank green hilly area. You are unable to do anything besides walk and jump. In the distance you see 3 houses. Approaching the houses you begin to hear the Song of Healing play in reverse. The center house has nothing. The house to the right has Link's body, and if you approach it, text appears saying, "He's not moving anymore." And in the final house you encounter Ben. When you see Ben, your controls freeze up and all you can do is walk towards him. At this point glitch noises happen and he teleports closer to you, and the game harshly cuts to black. White text appears in the bottom left corner. I can do anything. I wonder what do you think of me? After some more text appears, the game will drop the name of your PC as if it is talking to you. After this happens, you are put back in the same spot, however it is nighttime. And stepping outside, you see the moon from Majora's Mask emitting a white light as entities fly towards it. Stepping inside freezes your position. And from here a timer appears from the bottom of your screen, and the happy mask salesman appears and taunts you. Ben then appears by his side while the Song of Healing in reverse plays, and from here, multiple things can happen as it can be different. In some cases, a tombstone with the player's name appears next to them. Other times, the masked salesman will repeat 3 days over and over again before crashing the game. Sometimes none of this happens, and the timer just hits 0 as it stares at you. No matter what though, the game crashes at the end. The game doesn't make it easy for you to play it again. In the folder is now void.exe and link.exe. Opening the game can have a few things happen, such as a black screen with a laugh. Running void.exe initiates a shutdown sequence, but after this, you can play the game again without any problems. This time you spawn in a dark cave area. Walking around for a bit, you encounter the happy mask salesman again, as he faces towards you. Link's floating body becomes visible. Wandering away from the scene, you eventually encounter Ben, and after getting close to him, the screen takes on a faint tint of red. As you step away with a small blood trail following you, the screen gradually gets redder, and you begin to limp around as your character makes noises, eventually falling to the ground and presumably bleeding out. After this, the game informs you that you have a second chance, and that you shouldn't die yet. At this point, you can restart the game freely, and are back in the Green Hill Zone. This time a new song is playing in the background backwards, and there's only one house. In this house is a girl that does nothing, and on the desk in the back is an ocarina. The game prompts you to press E, and you are able to play the instrument with the WASD keys. The user plays the Song of Healing backwards, which then teleports you to a dark area. After a while of walking, you lose the ability to move, and are teleported to another large dark area. This time after walking ahead, Ben teleports in front of you. Then the game freezes, and text appears stating, "Where am I? This isn't," and then crashes. Attempting to open the game at this point simply shows you laying in a pool of blood similar to Link from earlier while Ben stares at you. 3 days pass, and the second user reported back with what was sent after 3 days. This image. The original poster responds back mystified, as the blurred out face in the photo is the original poster themselves. At this point, disturbed and in disbelief, others in the thread want proof that the person in the image is really the OP. The OP then sends a selfie with the current date written proving it is indeed the same person. At this point there is mass confusion, and the thread eventually dies off. However, unbeknownst to those within the thread, somebody was already digging into the game, and things escalated. A creepypasta.exe game player named Nifty was already playing the game months in advance and posting it on YouTube, the first upload about it being in January 2014 compared to the user's post being from July. His first video things go pretty much as was previously described, ending with you laying in your own blood while Ben stares at you. However, by the second video posted later that month, things dramatically change, as Nifty receives 3 emails over the span of a few days, from none other than lostmemory423. The first link linked to link.zip, which was not originally included in the game at that time. The second link simply linked to a YouTube channel of the same name, and here there's only one video. Void. This video was posted on August 19, 2013, 5 months prior to Nifty receiving this email, and 2 months after the first playthrough on YouTube from June 2013, and features the same thing you see at the traditional ending of remember.exe of Ben staring at you. The third link was an image titled dead.png. In it we see the other perspective with a shot of Ben looking at us, and we can only see Link's body with no eyes covered in blood. Nifty then begins to play link.exe, and here's where things start to get more off. The game is a black screen with a chat box labeled with the date of February 20th, 2014. The game crashes and upon reopening it and waiting through a long black screen, text appears with a laugh saying, "That won't help you," and another crash occurs. After trying some more times, eventually it opens again and the date reappears. After typing in "hi," the game responds, "I'm still here," and then crashes again. At this point not much happens, and Nifty informs us that he also obtained void.exe, but it is only opened once before deleting itself, so he wasn't able to capture the footage. However, he explains that after running void, the original remember.exe file is playable again. At this point, Nifty would take a hiatus from the game. However, in April 2014, he would return with another video. This time, the goal is to experiment with playing different songs in Ocarina of Time other than the Song of Healing backwards to see if that would change anything, starting with the normal Song of Healing.
Oh, that's the actual Song of Healing. Okay, last time it was Song of Unhealing. I like that a lot better. What? Coming for you. I'm coming for you. Oh, Song of Healing. Why? What? Coming for you. Why did you tell me to play this again? Why did I listen? This time it actually jump scared me. That was a mistake. You don't get another chance.
This time the game's events changed. However, when trying to restart it, you get the same end screen as before, meaning this is a different ending, confirming that playing different songs results in different events triggering. However, since Nifty had already played the second chance part of the game which created void.exe, he couldn't play the game any longer to further experiment. After about a month in May, someone would send him a copy of the game that could be opened again. Nifty would continue to make more videos playing different songs and seeing what happens, starting with the Song of Soaring, which causes this to happen.
I don't know what song this is. We're about to find out. I'm gonna take a guess and say this was the Song of Soaring. Oh, thanks. Thanks, remember. You're a pal. Oh.
This time the game teleports you to a large location with a bunch of pillars. After some walking, Nifty encounters a Skull Kid from Majora's Mask. After approaching him, he teleports behind and Ben appears. Walking into the gateway causes a small cutscene to play with various items floating on screen, then transitions into Clocktown with deformed inhabitants. After some wandering, a white void consumes you, and a black screen appears.
What? Just to help you remember. It'll be a surprise, Sheldon.
Nifty would release a video not too long after on May 22nd, 2014 titled lostmemory.exe. Here we see he has received a new email. In a new zip file, lostmemory.zip. However, since he was one of the first to receive this game, he can't figure out how to open the game yet. In the next video posted, Nifty finds out that the file he received, lostmemory.zip, is now being hosted on the Mindshape website. He came back to try and play the LG of Emptiness on the ocarina. Doing this causes Ben to spawn in front of you, and if you play the song again, you'll move to where you are. After a while, he'll begin teleporting more rapidly while his screams begin to play, and the game will crash.
Okay, we're drowning ourselves.
The final video Nifty would make of the game was on July 8th, 2014, 2 days before the post and before it would be made. In this video, Nifty returns a link.exe, which is now featured on the Mindshape website. This time opening the game, it shows the website URL, and greets Nifty. Unlike before, this time the game actually answers the questions being asked.
Who are you? Come on. Remember what? This is actually kind of spooky. What? This is actually... What did start this? Before, remember? This is kind of weird. Freedom? What had to be done? Whoa. This is really weird.
After the game mentions the eyes, it crashes. Nifty opens it again, and this time, the Song of Healing backwards is playing.
Game on. Okay, let's just ask. Unhealing? Question mark? Help me. What's wrong? Wait, what?
After the game says help me and crashing again, this time it simply gives a URL to an image of a TV screen with Nifty's face edited into the screen. This was the last video Nifty would make about Remember before the post was made, and he never properly recorded himself playing lostmemory.exe. In a future video from 2015, Nifty would read you the normal Song of Healing ending, but go to the clock tower instead, which triggers a secret ending involving the fairies having a conversation about Skull Kid ending the world, and you being given an ocarina and a 5-minute timer. However, he was unable to do anything.
It's your fault, Sheldon. Make your choice.
So what was in lostmemory.exe? Well, earlier I omitted important information. The original poster from earlier after triggering the reverse Song of Healing then played lostmemory.exe. However, the game is very stubborn and doesn't let you play it easily without rejecting you with a no pop-up. They eventually would gain access to the game after attempting to open Task Manager and being met with a notepad file called no good, stating that won't do you much good. Once the game opened, however, you are placed outside of a house and are able to enter from the front. Exploring the house and going up the stairs, you find a room with Zelda posters and static plays as you open the door. The other room on this floor is the parents' room with a picture of a family on the cabinet. Closing and reopening the game reveals an image of the happy mask salesman standing outside of the house, and the game crashes again. Restarting and re-entering the house, the living room TV now displays a Dawn of a New Day screen from Majora's Mask. The game then crashes, and the user's webcam turns on, this being when the image sent to the second user was taken. Upon checking the folder to try and restart the game, all the files are deleted in the folder. What's this bat file?